versus Wake Forest. They played each other at Wake earlier this season. Very close game. Duke figured it out by the end of it. Should be a very good game tonight. Or Duke's going to go crazy at home. One or the other.
As far as Wake Forest is concerned, they're in big trouble right now for the NCAA tournament. There is no underestimating what an upset tonight would mean for Steve Forbes and the Demon Deacons.
And it's not just desperation for the Demon Deacons, it's also desperation for this man, John Shire, and his team, because they have tied the record for ACC wins. However, they want more. They want an ACC regular season championship. They want 19 ACC wins to set the bar even higher.
In fact, they want the whole thing. They want another national championship. 540th consecutive sellout at Cameron Indoor. These fans believe they have the stuff to win it all this year. As we get set for the opening tip, Wake Forest in the black, and the place is jumping. And Duke wins the tip as we get underway as they chase win number 27, trying to go to 18-1 in the ACC. Duke getting some good news today. Tyrese Proctor had missed a game because of a bum knee. He's back in there. First shot's going to be tapped out. Already, take a look at what they're doing.
Yeah, Trayvon Spiller going to be physical with Cooper Flagg, trying to bump him off the spot and see how far it is that Flagg actually is trying to post up. So that's part of the recipe.
Flagg with a miss on the first one. Wake Forest coming in at 20-9, 12-6 in the conference. As we showed you, Joe Lenardi, our bracketologist, says they are on the outside looking in right now.
And Obi, to be completely honest, even though this will be a huge step in the right direction if they get this win, I'm not sure if this is enough to get the Demon Deacons in, especially after the week they had last week.
It may not be turning and firing Trayvon Spillers, who comes in averaging 10 points a game. We take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by CDW. As mentioned, Proctor back in there, along with Knipple, James, Flagg, and Malawach. James with a misfire, and Hildreth with the rebound. Starting lineup brought to you by CDW for Wake Forest. And as Salas and Hildreth go, that's the way Wake goes.
It really is. They take the majority of the shots on the offensive end, but they also set the tone defensively. Where this Wake Forest team has been a much better defensive team than we've seen from Steve Forbes groups in the past. The problem is, offensively, they have a difficult time putting the ball in the basket.
Flagg in the corner. Played only 7 minutes in their victory over FSU. As he hit around the eye. That was in the first half. Came back strong in the second half. Knipple going for the save. And out it goes back over the Wake.
And give the Demon Deacons credit. An early start defensively. Keeping the Blue Devils out of balance offensively. Not getting the shots that they want. Duke 0-3 from the field to start the game.
Wake fails to earn an NCAA tournament bid again. One giant weakness is going to be the three-point shot. They only make 29% beyond the arc. Among the worst shooting teams in the conference from long distance. The pull-up pop, that one dropped by Johnson. He's a primary offender, only 22% at the three-point line. Hildreth on the drive. Salas trying the window, but no. Rebound knocked right out of the hands of Captain Reed. Proctor with a pull-up. Crowd would have loved that.
They really would. I'm not sure John Shire loved it too much, especially when you haven't shot the basketball well. And again, he trusts Tyrese Proctor, but I'm not sure that's the shot you're looking for when you haven't been able to scratch as of yet.
Makes 41%. Salas again on the run. Here's Proctor. And we'll pull it out. Hildreth came back to defend. Malawach up high. He's going to let it fly.
Once again, I don't think that's the shot John Shire wants as he calmly walks back to the bench. But the Blue Devils now 0-5 from the field.
Salas with another miss and a whistle. So about 3 minutes in, you and I have done a lot of Duke games this year. This is the longest they have gone without getting on the board.
Well, you're talking about a team that scored over 100 points in 3 of their last 5
Only
games.
up 2-0, but they're playing well.
Get off to slow starts, but you see John Shire right now, he's more concerned about the fact that the Demon Deacons continue to beat them on the offensive glass.
Knipple picked up his first foul. Marcus Salas last year in the upset at Winston-Salem over Duke had 29 points. So keep your eye on number 23 for Wake tonight. Shot clock a factor. Down to 2. Salas took a look at it. Launches a long one. And air. And a shot clock violation. Steve Forbes, head coach, and year number 5 for Wake Forest. It was around this time a year ago. His team pulled the upset. Duke was number 8 at the time. That was in Winston-Salem and ignited a court storming that injured Duke All-American Kyle Filipowski.
And after that, Wake Forest went on to lose a couple of games that they thought were winnable. And part of the reason why they didn't make it into the NCAA tournament last year is an at-large bid. They go on the road a couple of weeks ago.
2-0 Wake Forest, 16:28 to go first quarter. Both teams playing pretty good defense.
With Cooper Flagg, a lot of black jerseys around Cooper anytime he attacks the basket.
Hildreth reaching in, committing the foul. So Knipple to put it in. Duke still without a point. Knipple off the
Nice
fake.
move.
Another fake. Here's the 2.
Tough shot. Knipple.
Great patience by Knipple. And you can recognize the Demon Deacons are going to try to run him off the three-point line. But the patience to take the dribble in, and then the pump fakes allow him to make the first basket of the game for the Blue Devils.
Knipple, one of the 4 freshmen that Duke started on Saturday against Florida State. And they won it by 35.
Yeah, the freshmen scored 63 of their 100 points in that game. So we got to say it's a pretty good group of freshmen over here.
In and out by Hildreth. So a chilly start for both teams here at Cameron Indoor tonight on this last big Monday. Flagg to drive it. And the kick.
Knipple again.
Knipple. Great look. It almost went.
I'm not sure anyone would have this game at 2-2 after 4 minutes being played, especially being that it's here in Durham where the Blue Devils have been spectacular on offense all season long.
Johnson, good drive, couldn't finish. Spillers couldn't get it. Malawach in a tie up there and a foul. That will go against Wake Forest and Johnson as those two battle for the rebound.
A little friendly fire by man Bert Smith making the call.
Stop.
Sion James taking a shot to the dome on that one. I got to talk about Bert on that, knocking out the players. If it were another way around, they would have thrown Sion out of the game, OB. The pump fake. Knipple, not 1 but 2, allows him to get the first 2 of the game for the Blue Devils. And of course, Bert Smith saying hi to my guy Sion. Of course, it's just friendly fire. It's all love between our guys.
Tied game, commercial break, 2-2, Duke versus Wake Forest. About 16 minutes to go in the first half. Dallas Mavericks just announced their season tickets and their ticket prices are going up 9% next year to invest in the team. Yeah, okay. Unfucking real. You trade the number 1 star away, and then you raise ticket prices. What a shitty move. T. Higgins, also some news came out for the NFL. T. Higgins is going to be franchise tagged by the Bengals. So they'll have him for at least 1 more year. Not much else in the news today for sports. There's talks about Sam Darnold getting franchise tagged by the Vikings too. I heard that today. Not much news on the sports ends of things, other than that T. Higgins news and that announcement by the Mavericks front office on raising ticket prices. They're moving to Vegas. They're doing everything they can to move to Vegas. Oh, people aren't coming to see us. They can't afford to pay for the tickets. Well, you raised it by 10% almost. Yeah, that's inflation, though. After you trade Luka Doncic away. Fucking scumbags. I could see why people in Dallas are so pissed off. That company that bought, that family in that company that bought the Mavericks is just gutting them. Gutting them. They want to build a casino or they're going to Vegas. They don't care about that fucking team. It was just a way to fucking gain influence. I feel bad for Mavericks fans today after reading that. I really do.
Exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Walt Disney World Resort, the most magical place on earth. Senior night here at Cameron. It could make it freshman night. You got a lot of guys who you may only see one season here at Cameron. Dave O'Brien alongside Corey Alexander. Both teams combining to go 2 for 17, but is Wake Forest minding that much?
No, Wake doesn't mind this at all. This is actually the pace that they would favor. They've been a much better defensive team this year, but Obi, you and I both know, in this building, at some point, the Blue Devils are absolutely going to get hot. They're going to make a run, and that's where Wake Forest has to be able to match them on the offensive end.
Has just been killing people lately. On Saturday, they won 100-65 against FSU. Their last 5 games are averaging 99 per contest. It was their 9th conference victory by at least 25 points. That is the most of any team in a single ACC season.
And then you add in the beatdown at Madison Square Garden over Illinois. And so the Blue Devil team offensively has been playing great over their last stretch. But when you consider the first 5 minutes of this game, only 2 points, I don't think anyone would have thought that coming in.
2-2, 15:07 to go, first half.
Knipple to put it in, 14 points a game for him. Loose basketball for a moment, off another fake.
Oh, turnover.
That one into the backcourt. And Cameron did a violation.
Hildreth going down. And it's going to be interesting to see, do they go over and look at this? Could have very well caught an elbow from Con Knipple as Burr Smith goes to check it out.
Oh, boy.
And we'll have a conversation with Roger Ayers, but Hildreth being physical, gets the arm in there, could have been a foul on him, but you see that right arm come out from Knipple and doesn't make contact. I'm not sure if there's anything extracurricular on that. And again, when you look in, the first foul is actually on Cameron Hildreth.
Yeah.
He grabs Knipple going to the basket. Maybe we get an angle, but that right elbow does come through. And as the right elbow is higher than the shoulders, OB, that could be something there.
Our officials tonight, Roger Ayers, Bert Smith, and Tony Henderson, a really good crew here. They are at the monitor very early in the game, and Hildreth getting those chiclets looked at. Make sure everything is where they're supposed to be. Remember, there was no foul on the play. No whistle blown on the play. It was a backcourt violation in the end. Still tied 2-2 and an ugly start here tonight at Cameron offensively.
I think if anything comes from this, it will be because of the height of the elbow. Again, it's not a lower, and when you think about a basketball move, rarely does the elbow come up that high. I don't think there was anything that Con Knipple was intending to do, but as the elbow comes up this high, that's the concern. But part of it doesn't come up that high because he is tangled up with Hildreth, who commits the first foul on that one. It wasn't called, but he brings that arm up, and I think that
after review, it's incidental contact. It'll be Wake Forest ball on the baseline, 20 on the shot clock.
And that's the reason. The incidental contact comes because it's Hildreth's arm who brings Knipple's arm up. Otherwise, his elbow wouldn't be that high.
I agree. I think they got that right. Third-ranked Houston is about to host Hunter Dickinson and Kansas. That is on the way on this big Monday when we finish up at Cameron Indoor.
How about Houston with back-to-back Big 12 titles in their first 2 years in the Big 12? Kelvin Sampson, absolutely one of the best.
Good by Duke.
Wake will take a timeout. Difficulty getting that in. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We're hoping for some baskets, just like you are.
Still 2-2. What a fucking boring first half so far. lot of bad shots. A lot of good defense, too. There's been some good defense. Oh, shit. Matthew Tkachuk to miss the regular season. Hoping he can return for the playoffs. Flashback to Tim Duncan against Duke. Wow. He was unstoppable in college, man. He was tough.
That was the last time. That takes you back the 1997 year, which so many records were broken and so many different players were trying to achieve
Duke
that.
two.
What Tim Duncan was able to do in
Nice run by
1997,
Wink.
the Demon Deacons would just love to get a win here in Cameron Indoor.
A 4-2 lead. For Flagg, quiet so far. A long one.
Oh, good. Good D by Wake.
Nothing falling yet.
Well, John Shire looking for offense, so he brings Isaiah Evans off the bench. Slim, who had 19 points to lead the Blue Devils against Florida State, running the floor now, could very well have found the opportunity.
James,
It's open.
Reed.
Nakai Knipple makes the right
Duke
play.
back up.
Goes to the ball side. Sion James able to knock it down to give the Blue Devils a lead.
And what launched that fast break was Cooper Flagg. Excellent defense over the top without committing a foul. To jar that one free. Johnson off the dribble, bouncing inside.
Nice
and it goes home.
And that's really where Wake Forest took a big step forward this year with Tyler Johnson going into the starting lineup at the point position. You and I had the Demon Deacons in Greensboro beating Michigan, of course, a top 25 team early this year, and they had Hunter Silas primarily at the point guard position.
Flagg wide open for a triple.
Nice shot. Cooper Flagg.
Sitting 38%.
2 threes in a row for Duke.
And that's the most space he's seen in this game. Tremont Spills has done a great job already being physical with Cooper Flagg, not giving him much space to operate. However, Cooper able to get open and knock down the three on the last possession.
Number one in the ACC, 39% beyond the three-point line. Hildreth over the shoulder, got knocked to the deck, no whistle. Isaiah Evans on the drive.
Nice take. Here comes Duke.
We talked about it. John Shire saying we need a boost. You go to Slim, give him his opportunities.
10-6 Duke. 12:50 to go first half.
In the basket, using that limb to score over the top.
Slim came up big on Saturday with 19.
But look at another way to be physical with Cooper Flagg is to force him to have to defend. Does a great job chipping it away, as you mentioned, without fouling, and then that steal turns into points on the other end. But when you give Cooper Flagg this much room, you mentioned OB shooting 38% from three, he's going to knock that down.
It was a scary moment the other day in the first half against FSU. He couldn't see. It really blurred his vision when he got hit. Only played the 7 minutes in the first half.
Tough shot.
Salas with a tough shot.
Nice shot by
That's what
Salas.
Salas is so special when you get him in the mid-range. Not shooting well from three, especially in ACC play under 30, but still
Oh, shit.
getting the job done.
Duke letting it rain.
Another one, OB. Right on cue. You
3
need
threes in a
offense
row.
and Slim.
Fastest release in the East.
Isaiah Evans gets going. Watch out.
He has 5 quick points. That brings them alive here at Cameron in a big way. They'll look beyond the three. Connect on him, body to body. Jumps into the paint.
Oh, awful shot.
And that's
Good D by Duke.
against Efton Reed.
Here come the Blue Devils.
Senior for Wake Forest.
Those are the fouls Efton Reed has to stay away from, OB. He spent his entire time at Wake Forest in foul trouble. And when you have fouls as such, it ends up hurting you late game. There's no advantage for him committing that foul. Hunter Salas snaking the screen, getting to the baseline. That's almost like working with your trainer. That's textbook the way Hunter Salas is able to get to the baseline with the separation.
Averaging 19 points a
Oh,
game.
almost went.
Well short. That one comes right to Juke Harris, the freshman.
Isaiah Evans looking for a foul on that possession. Thought he was one defender with a hand in the cookie jar as Hunter Salas does catch Tyrese Proctor in the air, leans in, have 2 free throws when we return.
Salas, the 6'5 senior, will be at the line. Duke starting to get rolling offensively, and a fan favorite, really bringing this crowd to life at Cameron Indoor on a big Monday. He is is loving it, and from distance, he can be deadly.
Hey, guys.
Duke starting to wake up for sure. 13-8 Duke, 11:41 to go in the first half. Nobody really scoring a ton of points. Flagg's got a 3. James has got a 3. Knippel's got a hoop. Evans has got 5, I believe, for Duke. Johnson with 4. Salas with 2. Spillers with 2 for the Demon Deacons. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't. We cover all types of sports. I do a podcast or cover some type of sport every day. Cameron's going to blow up soon if Duke keeps it up. I think Duke's hit 3 threes in a row, 3 out of 4. Their last 4 possessions. Wake Forest needs to stop the bleeding now, or else this game is going to get out of trouble before the end of the half. How many timeouts has Wake Forest used now? That's got to be their second or third. It's got to be at least their second. Duke played about as bad as they could the first 10 minutes, and they still have a 5-point lead. What up, Maki? Just checking out some college basketball, getting ready for March Madness. Duke versus Wake Forest at Cameron Indoor. At Duke. Duke up 13-8 right now. 11 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Wake Forest just called timeout. Waiting for spring to come. It was all right today. It was a little chilly, but the sun was out. I'm ready for fucking spring.
That's at 9 Eastern. Caleb Love and number 24 Arizona battle Arizona State at the McHale Center. Well, the electricity is great in this building.
Absolutely is. Welcome back, Crazy Towel Guy. My guy Robert over on the left. However, in there, I'm sure that's Crazy Towel Guy. That would be him.
That's a guy with a crazy towel.
Eggs are expensive.
Crazy guy with the towel.
I think absolutely.
Well, maybe he's a former crazy with a towel. Maybe that's what it is.
Yes, now you're overthinking.
Oh, yeah. Went too far. My bad, OB.
13-8. And Salas with number 2, and that one will go home.
13-9 Duke.
For the year. Duke averaging 83, holding opponents to 61.
And that's the thing, that point guards at 22 points.
I wish I could have chickens. My city doesn't allow them, believe it or not. No chickens. They say they attract rats.
Mason Gillis was instrumental in the victory. Good run here. And for the quick strike by
Wow, Wake Forest cuts it to 2.
And that game could have gone either way. The guy who settled down Duke was the veteran, the graduate from Purdue, Mason Gillis.
Yeah, Mason Gillis with 11 points in that game. Knocked down 3 threes, especially one late under 2 minutes. So he was huge for the Blue Devils in that game. But we continue to to keep track of how they're going to guard Cooper Flagg. But the difference is you've got another freshman guarding in Juke Harris. So you have to bring the double team to get the basketball out of his hands. Juke Harris had a very good freshman year, but I'm not sure he's ready for that defensive responsibility of guarding Cooper Flagg one-on-one yet.
Quite sure who is. True that. Salas with his first foul, but Proctor at the line. Duke fans delighted he is back after missing basically a game and a half with the bone bruise on the knee. Coming in averaging 12 points a game, 76% at the foul line.
Yeah, I know.
And he's really been the reason that they've
Liberal
elevated their
brains
game. It's been Tyrese Proctor. We've seen Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple play very well all season long.
I know, it pecked the eyes out of a fucking rat. They're Raptors. 13-11 Duke. Proctor at the line, missed the first. Able to knock down the second. 14-11 Duke. 10:56 to go first half. Wake Forest bringing the ball up.
And the success of Duke. And why they are 26-3, 17-1 in the ACC. Salas again.
Nice shot, Salas.
He's been helpful, it really is. And he's been able to make tough shots. He uses his size to elevate over the top. And look how quickly the Blue Devils get back down the floor.
For an answer, but no. Malawat jumping over everybody.
Proctor.
Proctor's open.
No good. Oh, what a roll. Proctor got lucky on that one.
To be able to see one go down from three. And again, it doesn't matter how much time you miss. Missing one game can truly throw you off rhythm.
Too strong. They'll get a second effort.
That's where Wake Forest has really been able to do damage in this game, getting multiple opportunities at second chance shots.
Salas wants to get one off.
Nice shot.
Salas proving to be a lot to handle for the Duke defense here early on.
And this is another, we talked about it. You don't just be physical with Cooper Flagg when you have him on the offensive end of the floor. You have to try your best to post him. That's what Clemson was able to do to get a win against the Blue Devils a few weeks ago, especially at Little John Coliseum. They forced Cooper to have to defend in the painted area. Ian Shefflin
missed it.
Making a very physical game, wore Cooper down, and there was no Mason Gillis in that game. So Cooper actually had to play 38 minutes and was actually cramping by the end of that game.
As Duke has said, they're optimistic about getting Malik Brown back as that shoulder continues to heal. We shall see. It's a significant loss as great a defender as he is.
I'm just shocked that 10 minutes in I hadn't mentioned that. Because that's been my thing with the Blue Devils.
It's the second three-point game.
But they're an even greater team when you've got Malik Brown in the fold. He makes them so versatile, especially on the defensive end of the floor. And as their offense is that they're able to play 5 out when they have him on the floor.
Offensive foul.
Malawat's tangling there right around the three-point line. And the foul against the Duke Blue Devils. And John Shire heated up. Malawat picks up number 1.
Yeah, they're going to get Malawat for that as Baloo comes over to try to get in position to hedge the screen. And Malawat really vacating his space. Doesn't go to set the screen. Is actually taken off, but does create the contact with Baloo. It's not a popular call here, but it absolutely is the correct call.
Good D by Flagg.
Out of bounds off Cooper Flagg. Another look back.
So you see as Malawat is trying to take a run to the rim, but look at the left arm shoulder of Malawat where it makes contact with Baloo. John Shire not happy about the result of that call.
Getting loud at Duke.
Salas shot clock down to 3. He's out at midcourt. They chase him.
He doesn't know.
Can't get it off. Good D by Duke.
But that's because of the trap. You think about Malawat and Sion James trapping Hunter Salas off the screen, just blitzing and blowing it up, forcing him all the way back to pretty much half court. Hunter Salas had zero idea that the shot clock was getting close to the end.
Oh, tough shot in one. Cooper Flagg, man.
Just how physical, weak. He's trying two. Didn't pay off that time.
It did not. We need to document how many shots he makes with his right hand in comparison to with his left. As he attacks here once again, Cooper going to the left hand, getting it softly up on the rim through the contact. But we've watched him all season long, especially when he attacks the basket, finishing with that left hand.
But forget about the next level for a second, if we can do that for Cooper Flagg. I know that's hard to do for a lot of people, but we're talking with Chris Carwell today, the outstanding assistant coach.
5-point lead,
He
Duke.
works for about 30 minutes
9:08 to go.
every practice with Flagg
First half.
game day. And specifically
Cooper
about stuff
Flagg
like how
coming
much
up big.
contact you can expect tonight.
3-point play.
And he's coaching him to expect this in the NCAA tournament every single game.
Absolutely, because the only time that you've really seen teams be physical with Duke this year and be successful was at Clemson. And so whenever you find that recipe to be able to beat the Blue
Oh, he's going to slam one. Oh, he didn't handle it.
unable to handle that one, but
Bummer.
whenever you find a recipe that can cost you a
Flagg had an
as we see the
alley-oop
full turnover
coming,
for the Blue
boy.
Devils, other teams are going to try to emulate it. NC State tried to do it. Dontrez Styles played very well, but he got in foul trouble. You've seen other teams try to do it against Duke. They haven't had the success that Clemson had, but it's still going to be the recipe to try to be successful, especially in this building.
The swing once again for
Good
Salas.
D by Duke. Nipple, steal.
Knipple on the drive, going in strong and a foul.
Knipple missed an opportunity there. Whenever you have a big guy that does the job defensively and sprints the floor, and
You gotta reward him.
College has shown us time and time again he is more than capable of handling a lob. That's one you've got to throw it up to the big fella and give him his opportunity to go dunk that home. It still could be 2 points, but there's a difference in 2 points. A 2 points with a dunk and a lob here in this building gets everyone excited. Free throws,
Got to reward him, right?
gotta reward him. Absolutely gotta reward him.
Johnson with a foul, and Knipple 91% at the line. He is number 2 on the Duke team in minutes played behind Cooper Flagg. So far, 3 points tonight.
And in a normal year, he could very well be the ACC.
1 minute, Noah.
Duke with their biggest lead tonight. On top 22-14. It has not been an offensive showcase for either team yet. Johnson, a sophomore from Brooklyn. Wants Reed to touch it. Trying to move Flagg out of the way. Flagg will commit the foul. With 8:01 to go here in the first half. That's number 1 on Cooper. I still think that his spectacular dunk against Pitt.
Wake Forest going to shoot 2 free throws. 22-14. Duke. 8:01 to play. Duke's like if you look at it by Vegas, Duke's supposed to win by 20.5 points. That's the spread. I don't know if they're going to cover that spread. That's a tough spread, even at home. However, they're starting to pick it up. When Duke played Wake Forest at Wake Forest earlier this year, Duke blew a lead. And they ended up pulling it out, but it was by less than 10 points. Duke's at home tonight. I don't think they're going to cover. They'll probably win by double digits, though. I could see them winning by 15 or less. I wouldn't go 20.5. That's a lot of points. A lot of points. But if anyone could do it, this team could. 7:47 to go. First half. Fighting for the ball. Duke comes up with it. Duke up by 7.
Looking for room to operate. Got it downstairs.
Nice. Another basket. Duke.
James with the basket.
Yeah, I love the way Cooper's strong with the basketball in the trap, but more importantly, to give it up and get the assist in comparison to forcing a bad shot.
Reed, the 7-footer, 9 points a game. Backing into Malawach. And it was Cooper Flagg who came over for the deflection. Johnson from 14. Cooper Flagg with the rebound. That won't drop. Malawach beat everybody to it. Flagg thought about it. Gillis does. And off target.
team, though. Hilgert gets downhill and
What was that?
Tire on that possession. I don't know if he was trying to get a call.
Awful play.
And the whistle is 6:30.
He plays out of control. Get him out.
4 to 15, the Blue Devils.
Steve Forbes understanding what's at hand, how important this game can be for his team in this building, as does Cooper Flagg, who does not ever want to let up on an opponent. John Shire with the reaction. He can't bear to look. That must have been in the first 4 minutes with his team up there at 2 points.
Duke up by 7, I believe, right now. I think there's about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes to go first half, something like that. T. Higgins staying with the Cincinnati Bengals another year. They must be, I'm sure Joe Burrows is thrilled. Franchise tagged him. What else happened today? Dallas Mavericks raised their ticket prices by almost 10% after trading Luka away. So disrespectful to Mavericks fans for them to do that. This new group that bought the Mavericks is going to move them to Vegas, or they're going to get their casino in Texas, one by hook or by crook. Evil fucking motherfuckers, boy. Jimmy Johnson retired. He's not going to be on Fox doing Sundays anymore. Said he had the most fun in his life doing analyst work at Fox. What else happened? Matthew Tkachuk out for the rest of the regular season for the Panthers in hockey. Might return for the playoffs. That's a big deal. Big deal for the Panthers. But Duke starting to wake up. There was only Wake Forest was up 2-0 up until about 15 minutes left to play in the first half. It was very low scoring up until Duke got it rolling. But Duke is going to be too strong for this team, I think, tonight. Yeah, I feel bad for Mavericks fans. Not so much for Cowboys. But the Mavericks are fucking terrible. At least Jerry Jones spends money. The people that bought the Mavericks are just trying to gut them. They want that casino down there. They voted against it. So they traded fucking Luka. And they upped ticket prices. You're going to give us our casino or your team's coming to Vegas. You watch. Fucking scumbuckets. Right when they were finally getting good, the Mavericks. They've been good throughout portions of history, but for a long time, the Dallas Mavericks were nothing. They finally got fucking some studs, and you get rid of them. Cornerback Darius Slade Jr. released by Eagles. I don't know how much he has left in the gas tank, but he still can play. Wouldn't mind to see him, and I wouldn't mind seeing him in New England. A veteran that can cover. Fuck yeah. Some toughness.
Cooper Flagg going through the contact, finishing, flexing, and having his way here in the first half. But when you look at what Cooper has done versus both quad 1 and quad 2 teams, Obi, the first half, I mean, if you score 8 points in the first half is pretty good. Sure. But let's look at what he does in the second half of these games. Again, and I can do a little math. 8, 12 ends up being 20 points. When you're a freshman and you can rely on getting 20 points a game between quad 1 and quad 2 games, that may be wooden award. But there.
We're trying to figure out, what is not the most serious candidate to win across the board. He's won the ACC Rookie of the Week 5 times this should name the award. A record, yes, a record 11 times for him, surpassing Kenny Anderson, Tyler Hansbrough. We talked about some of the best to ever lace him up in the ACC.
Turnover.
Turnover from Hilbert. After Reed on the slip.
Why'd you throw it? He wasn't even looking.
And those are type of plays that Steve Forbes, can't really, when you got veteran players like Hilbert and Reed, you can't explain
Duke up 11 now.
out of a timeout.
Particularly a game that is so important to them.
Flagg draws a foul, going to the hoop. 26-15 Duke, 6:15 to go, first half. Duke starting to separate themselves. Wake's really got to wake up. They haven't scored in a while.
Between two veteran players.
Flagg hits the first of the 1-and-1. Shoot the second free throw in a second. He's starting to fit in as well. Starting to get it going. He was quiet early in this game. Now he's starting to wake up. Knocks down the second. 28-15 Duke.
Check of the ACC standings. Duke at 17-1. And Louisville and Clemson, followed by Wake Forest. Wake was a preseason number 3 pick.
But Obi, this is why John Shire's talking about his team has had a sense of desperation also.
Nice D by Duke.
Both on their heels.
Shot nearly went. Reed will pick up the foul. And trying to get up and stuff it. Duke converging on him around the 10. And he'll be at the foul line as Sion James picks up his first.
But just as you mentioned, Obi, he tries to go dunk it. That's why he gets the benefit of the doubt of getting the call. Whether there's much contact or not, if he goes up light and tries to lay that up, it's a clean block. But when you try to dunk it and play with force, oftentimes the officials will give you the benefit of the doubt.
Reed
I've seen
hits the
that called
first.
a clean block many times, but take another look.
But there is
He got his
contact to the
hand.
body down low, and there's also
got his hand.
contact from Patrick Gumba on the backside. I tell you what, if I'm after Reed, I absolutely want that call.
Drops that in.
Reed knocks them both down.
Reed is
Duke up
able to
11.
line and make shots, 57% from the field. Flagg on the move. Evans. Here it comes.
Oh, no good.
Does not need a lot of room to get a shot off.
He's got a nice shot, Evans.
It's over with now. To keep. Spiller's blocked by Flagg. And it's kicked out of play by James. It'll be Wake Forest ball. Cooper Flagg with a rejection.
Yeah, Spillers, who's a great shot blocker himself, attacking the basket, but that time meeting Cooper Flagg, who does a great job staying vertical. As you watch Cooper go up vertical,
Good D.
there's contact, but then is able to get the body, and I believe they're going to get an offensive foul on Hildreth here.
Yes. Number 2. 5:32 to go in the first half.
Hildreth just pushing off a little bit of a chicken wing. Cooper Flagg not allowed him to get out and defend, but bring it right in front of the officials. It's going to get
Hildreth having a horrible first half for Wake Forest.
Danger zone, right? And that'll go the other way. They'll tie up with Evans. We'll pick up the foul.
Have to give the defender an opportunity to get around the screen. No longer can you go up and put a body on a man. You got to give them a step defensively.
Steve Forbes working side by side with Roger Ayers. Back for Salas. He can heat up with anybody in this conference. Double fake on Flagg. He didn't
No walk? Holy shit.
go. Reed is open. Long distance, but no. Rebound tapped in, controlled by Duke.
Wake got away with murder on that one.
James to the paint. Scooping it up, no. Down he goes.
Good hustle.
Knipple to get to the loose ball.
Knipple hustling.
Flagg on Hildreth.
Little Cooper Flagg's going to put this dude in the spin circle. The travel when he passed it.
Turnover for Duke. And that'll be their 6th. Now they had 4 in the entire last game.
That's
Cooper Flagg should have took advantage of that mismatch on that play. Oh, come on. Don't pass when you have a mismatch like that, Coop. 28-17 Duke, 4:36 to play. Wake Forest ball.
the Demon Deacons.
First half.
Hildreth, the man out of Worthing, England. On the dribble. No place to go.
After Reed's already taken 2 threes, hesitant to let that one go.
Another turnover.
That's got to be his weak limit.
Jump ball.
And they'll stay right here in this end with just over 4 minutes to go in the opening half.
Gonna stay with.
So Wake Forest is very much an improved defensive team from a year ago, much better than a year ago, holding opponents to 68 points, 40% shooting. And they knew coming in they were going to have their number one defensive effort of the year.
Absolutely. It's when you're playing against this team in this building, you have to be able to come in with, and really locked in on your game plan. And I believe they've done that to this point. I think they've done a really good job when you look at what they've been able to do with the Blue Devils throughout this game. Duke only shooting 36.4% from the field, 8 of 22. So give Wake a lot of credit for what they've done defensively. But on the other end of the floor, only shooting 25%. They have missed his last 7 opportunities. And so when you think about Duke, they're just as good defensively as they are offensively.
Harris.
Oh, big swat.
Is not here.
Nice block.
Another Duke rejection. Is with the shot clock winding down. And now at 5.
Blowout cleaning up the mess, and that's one of the areas where you talk about being a great defensive team. You always have that guy, the rim protector behind you. When you do get beat or get in a compromising situation, to be able to take care of business behind it.
Wake's already had 2 shot clock violations. Spillers just beats it, but actually went up and
Another
over the
fucking
rim,
shot
so that's
clock.
another shot clock violation. That never touched the iron. So they had 3 here in the first half. 4:06 to go before the break.
Spillers looks like he has some blood.
Take a look at that chin.
What up, Dunk?
And a timeout on the floor as he gets attended to. Trayvon Spillers, the senior from Charleston, South Carolina, who has been one of the best rebounders in the ACC all year, really. He's getting 8 a game. We'll take the break as well. 4:06 remaining in half number 1 at Cameron Indoor on a big Monday, 28-17. Duke in front of Wake.
Duke up 11, timeout. 4:06 to go in the first half. What up, buddy? How you doing, Duncan? Joe Lunardi's last 4 teams in: Ohio State, Arkansas, Baylor, and I think it was either Notre Dame or a Texas team. First 4 out. I just missed them, son of a bitch. Oklahoma and Texas were 2 of the last 4 out. Thanks, Duncan. You're the bomb, dog. I didn't have time to pin a message before I came on live. Appreciate you. Eagles release 6-time Pro Bowler Darius Slay. Matthew Tkachuk out for the rest of the regular season at least. Louis Gill shoulder won't throw for at least 6 weeks for the Yankees. Kid's still fucked up. Warriors up by 4 against the Hornets, 35-31, second quarter. Curry with 7 points, Green with 5. Trailblazers down by 5 to the 76ers. No Embiid the rest of the season. He's all done. Oh, Lonnie Walker got picked up by Philly. I was hoping the Celtics might grab him. Good to hear you're doing well, Duncan. I hear you, buddy. Just got to make the best out of things no matter what, right? No matter how shit goes, make the best of it. Try not to get too poopy pants. Duke up by double digits. Timeout Wake Forest right now. Couple minutes to go in the first half. Wow, there was a mess up in the Javonte Davis. Oh, man, next time that comes up, maybe we'll talk about it at halftime. They fucked up the betting odds for Javonte Davis, Lamont Roach. Really bad. I read something about it today. like a headline, but I didn't get to look into it. Maybe we'll look into that at halftime. They put negative 2,000 for fucking Javonte Davis, and I think they're trying to say they made a mistake now.
Going to give him an opportunity.
You would have been creative with it.
I absolutely would have, OB.
Wake Forest really cold. 0 for their last 10. They have made a field goal in 7 minutes before that one.
Nice, big
Started
shot.
the year off shooting the ball really well from beyond the three-point. He struggled in ACC play. Only 29% from beyond the three, but makes a big one there. And again, there really hasn't been tremendous separation.
Oh, big alley-oop.
This time, Khan throws it up to Malawash. We often see the Blue Devils start the game out like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they were listening to that toss from the studio.
they should have been.
Right?
Listening to Coach. Hildreth zips that one. Salas again. Salas and Flagg. Good matchup tonight. And Flagg wins that.
Turnover. Here comes Duke.
And a 2-on-1. Proctor Willey.
Missed the layup. Oh, no.
2-on-1. Give it to
Ridiculous.
early. And then for Coop, just running the basket. Proctor's going to throw it back up. Would have been another highlight in camera, but a missed opportunity for the Blue Devils.
We were looking at a Cooper loop. The window Hildreth can't finish.
Trademark OB.
Here's Proctor again. Makes that layup. Should have been a foul, too.
This time, that was twice as difficult.
Yeah, Reese was looking for a degree of difficulty, but a little conversation between he and Hunter Salas coming out as things start to get a little testy here in Durham.
Another timeout, Wake Forest. They're blowing all these timeouts in this first half. Holy shit. 34-20 Duke. Up 14. Maybe they will beat them by 21 points or more. Maybe I'm wrong. I wouldn't have took that bet. I don't have the balls, so that's a big fucking spread against the team that played you tough early in the year. I wouldn't have took Duke giving up 20.5 points. By 15 I would, but not 20. That's a lot of fucking points. But Duke's been running it up on people lately. They dropped over 100 points on Florida State the other day.
Salas challenges it, and the two with a little contact afterwards, and then the conversation after OB had an opportunity to work with both guys this summer at the CP3 Elite Point Guard camp. They got along a little better there than they are tonight.
Funny how that happens when you put these uniforms on.
Oh, bad call.
Get the foul as he went for the steal, his second personal.
OB, I saw this play earlier. I asked our great producer and director to be able to clip this one. Okay, I don't need Cooper Flagg doing this. Do you see that right arm in the compromising position? Now, again, this dude plays as hard as you possibly can play. He doesn't think about injury.
If Duke plays defense like this in the tournament and their guys off the bench play well, they could very well win it all. I just worry about their depth. I worry about their depth and I worry about their youth. But defensively, the last few games I've watched them, they play some tough D. They fucking clamp down. Pretty impressive.
At least one? I think there may be about 10.
Whoever is lucky enough to have him in the end.
Yes, very true.
2:09 to go, and Reed at the line makes it 34-22. He has 5 points. Knippel to the paint. Proctor's open. Knippel kept that alive. James will drive, take the hit, went for the lay-in. Malawash still battling. Proctor off the fake.
Knippel, three. Damn.
We've seen this with the Blue Devils a number of times throughout this game. Giving up a good shot to get a great shot. They haven't always worked out for them here in this first half, but it absolutely does on the last possession.
Nice jump hook.
There by
too small sign to the 7-footer and Malawak.
Malawak's just 2 inches taller.
Yeah. But in Evans' defense, Cooper Flagg also did that.
There you go, Coop.
In the
Nice
previous
pass.
game. Talking about the Wake Forest defense.
Two open, wide open three. Great vision by Cooper Flagg.
40
James
to 24
all alone in the
minutes to go
corner.
before halftime. This one getting away from Wake Forest.
Well, we knew Duke would make the run. We talked about it when the score was 2-2. But Wake Forest has to find a way to settle themselves offensively and make sure they get good looks each and every time down the floor.
Hildreth got in the air, couldn't find anyone, gets it off to Reed.
Nice shot by the big man for Wake Forest.
With another celebration going back, he's now 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. But that is something that can help his team moving forward. Going back down the floor now, an important opportunity for the Demon Deacons to get a stop.
Got it to the rim, but could not make it.
And if you're right now, 2 carries, get the last shot of the half. Don't force anything. An opportunity for you to get this to 10, maybe 11, going into the halftime locker room. But if you can have some type of momentum on an offensive run, it absolutely helps you in the second half.
4 seconds to get up a shot. Salas gave up the dribble. Harris with a wild one.
Oh, no good.
That's how the first half comes to an end.
Duke up by 13, 40 to 27, end of the first half. Playing some really good D. Not having the greatest offensive night, but they still put up 40 points in the first half. That's high for a college team. Most college teams. Nobody really like going off, but decent production. Flagg's got 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Malak got 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 points. Con Knuppel, 9 points. James hit 2 threes. He's got 8. Proctor with 6. Reed, the third, the big man for Wake Forest, the high scorer with 10. Spillers with 5. Johnson with 4. Salas with 6. Hildreth having a tough first half. 0 for 6 from the field. He dropped 28 for Wake Forest the other night. Really getting exposed against Duke.
Game, and that passes in just a microcosm how many different ways he impacts the game and winning.
And we've seen teams be physical with him and have some success. You back to Clemson, they went at him on the defensive end. Only a couple times Wake Forest has done that. They have to keep doing that. But for Wake's standpoint too, we know how great Duke is defensively. But you've got to value the basketball. Like you have to find ways to win a game in Cameron. You got to pitch a perfect game almost. And these are careless turnovers a lot of times, leading to Duke going the other way. Duke's got 12 points off turnovers, but their half-court offense hasn't been really good because Wake's half-court defense has been good. They've also given up 8 second-chance points. He's not going to get it done. You have to be locked in on every play, on every pass to pull off an upset of this magnitude. You said it'll slow
8
start.
turnovers.
They do have 40 in the first half.
Right.
That's not a good sign for Wake. They played well defensively and they still put
Wake
up 40.
Forest is one of the first 4 teams out right now.
35 points over the final 15
It's a
minutes
big
of that
game for
first
them.
half for the Blue Devils.
Wake Forest is a decent team. They just the problem with Wake Forest is they're average. They beat everyone they should beat, they beat. Everyone they shouldn't beat, they lose to. They if you look at their record and who they played and you look at the standings for the ACC, they beat everyone below them and they can't beat anyone above them. So they don't get upset, but they don't knock anyone off. But they gave Duke a good run earlier this year, and Duke had a little lead on them. So Wake Forest might not be done, but they better wake up quick. 13-point lead for Duke at the half. And Cooper Flagg's just going to keep rolling. He's a better second-half player. I think he averages 8 in the first half, 12 in the second half for the season. I watched him one game. He dropped over 20-something in the second half. I watched him another game. He dropped 17 in the second half, so he's probably going to get rolling. He'll get to the line. Wake will probably end up in foul trouble. I can't believe the sports book fucked up on something so bad. I think it was DraftKings in that Javonte Davis fight. I read something. I saw a headline about it today. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. My eye out for it on the bottom line right now. But they said something with the betting odds they fucked up. I haven't been doing shit, Duncan. It's been cold. It's been fucking cold up here. I haven't really been working out at all. I got to get back on it. Once the weather breaks, I'll be right back into it. Like, it's fucking freezing. It's, even though it's March, it's still cold. Today it didn't get over 40. We had like 3 weeks in a row where it didn't get over like freezing with the wind chill and shit. Even the salt water was freezing. And it's windy and shit. Windy as fuck. If I took you guys out there with me, you wouldn't be able to hear anything while we tried to talk. So that's why I don't take anyone on walks anymore lately. But I'll start taking the phone out and doing live streams walking again soon. Once the weather breaks. I'm going to use the restroom, go get a bottle of water. I'll put on the halftime show for you guys.
We've had some adversity for sure, and I think everybody experiences it at some point in the season. We believe in our practice habits, our daily habits, and what we do consistently over time, and that's going to work itself out for us. So we've certainly taken lumps, but there's also opportunity for us in front of us to play at our very best. When we've had all 8 of our guys in our rotation healthy, we've been 19-1, and we know that everybody has different challenges with injury and illness through the course of the season. We have a tremendous level of confidence when we have all hands on deck, the team that we can be.
The Arizona game, what did you find out about your team? I mean, I thought defensively you were absolutely locked in to everything you needed to do to win. What did you learn about your team in that game?
Well, it was a moment for us that we needed to show what we were made of. We needed to prove it to ourselves more than anybody else. And we have tremendous respect for the Arizona program, for Coach Lloyd. They've got a very good team and are having a great season themselves. We knew we'd have to be at our best. Our guys focused on being physical, guarding the basketball, being the tough team that we need to be every single possession. We had great defensive focus, great defensive intent. And then on the other end, our guys did a good job playing for each other. We found a great rhythm offensively and knocked down some shots early, which really helped our confidence. So it was important that we proved that to ourselves. We talk about all the time, our best is still in front of us. That was a great step in the right direction.
And Coach, BYU is in front of you tomorrow night on senior night. What will that night with this group of seniors mean to you?
It mean a lot. I mean, we appreciate so much all the young men in our program, the work that they do every single day, the pride that they take in our program being successful. So to have the opportunity to honor them is something that's really special for me. We know BYU, they're playing great. They're a great team. They've won 6 in a row. They have a ton of confidence. We know we're going to have to be at our absolute best. And we also know we can count on our fans to come out and support us as well. So should be an awesome night in Hilton Coliseum. Really going to work hard to honor those seniors that have done so much for our program.
I know you got a big game tonight, though. So are you going to give us a little bit of a scatter report on your son's team and his game?
You know what? We just try to. We have a simple way we go about this. We want to say, you're going to have fun, you're going to compete, and you're going to play hard, and you're going to be a great teammate. And if those 3 things happen, it's a success, regardless of what it says on the scoreboard. So I know easier said than done sometimes, but that's what we try to stick to.
Well, listen, Coach, have fun and be a good fan tonight. I know you'll enjoy that, and we'll enjoy watching you tomorrow night and throughout the rest of the season. TJ Otzelberg, another great job, and thanks so much for the time tonight.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, CJ.
As for our game, Duke freshmen have scored or assisted on 39 of their 40 first half points. They lead it by 13 at the break.
Hey, my treat today.
Thank you. But I don't think they take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted at 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Oh, I can't wait for my parents to meet you tomorrow.
I can't wait.
Oh, my dad is a thermodynamicist at NASA. It's a whole thing. Bye.
Hey, Meta, what the heck is a thermodynamicist?
A thermodynamicist uses the principles of thermodynamics.
But what is thermodynamics?
Thermodynamics is the study of energy and heat transfer.
Okay, what? Hey, Meta, explain thermal balance.
Thermal balance manages heat generation and dissipation in rockets.
I thought that was for, like, freezing people's brains.
In this case, cryogenic cooling systems are used to cool spacecraft components.
So it optimizes fuel efficiency.
Exactly.
Got it. Now, teach me how to try a Windsor now. Nice to meet you, sir. Can't wait to pick your brain about the transition from liquid fuel to hybrid propellants.
What? I sell insurance.
What?
I'm kidding. Come on in. I'll tell you all about it.
That'd be
I'll
nice.
tell you later.
Come on.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Liberty.
Hey, kid. It's pronounced Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Bibberty.
Liberty.
Now she's mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's a nephew too.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's two.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
Liberty. What up, Ace? Oh, shit. Duke up by 12 or 13 at the half. Old Duke in the end of the first half. Cooper Flagg having a pretty good first half. He finally got rolling towards the end of it. Houston, Kansas tonight, 9 o'clock. Kansas got beat the other day, I think. They're not ranked anymore. I want to find out. I looked online. There's no article about the Javonte Davis thing I was looking for. What up, Crispy? Yeah, they should win. If Houston's who they say they are, they should win tonight. I watched Kansas a little bit the other day. They didn't impress me at all. I'm not a big fan of Kansas. Kansas has fucked me over in so many brackets throughout the years. So many. So I don't ever take Kansas anymore. I think the only years they won it were the years I didn't fucking take them. Hope you're well, Crispy. Hope the missus is good. Hope everything's good. Yeah, BYU had a pretty good game. BYU just paid a ton of money for like the top recruit in America to go there next year. BYU could be a fucking problem next year. I think his name's AJ or something like that. He's got like an African sounding last name, but supposedly the kid's a stud. I think they paid him $7 million to go play for BYU with the new NIL deal. Good. I'm glad she's doing well, buddy. How's things in the west side of Virginia? Still getting snow? Yeah, BYU next. Wait till you see the kid they got coming in next year. Wait till you see the kid they got next year. He's a fucking stud. I think he's like 6'6" or 6'8". He can shoot. He can fucking dribble. He can do it all. At least in high school he has been. At least in high school. Look up his name right now for you. Wow, nice. This is the kid BYU's got coming to him next year. He's a fucking problem from everything I've seen. I've watched some tape on him. He's pretty good. AJ DeBonza. Why he chose BYU. I can tell you why he chose BYU. Same reason I would have. BYU wanted to give me $7 million to go play college basketball. You bet your ass I'm going. You bet your fucking ass I'm going. Second half getting ready to go here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Duke 40. Wake Forest 27. I'm not sold on Duke yet. I like their team, but I'm not sold on them winning a national championship. Not just yet. I don't know if they have enough depth. I don't know if they have enough depth, and I don't know if they have enough size. Some of these teams in the SEC and Big 12 got some height. I don't know if Duke's got enough height. I don't know if their bench is deep enough. But they look pretty good tonight. And the last few games and footage I've watched them, they played very good defense. So it's hard to say. Unfortunately for Duke, the ACC is not as strong this year. So it's hard for people to get a read on how really good they are. But, I mean, they've only lost one game all year. They got to be doing something fucking right. Here we go, second half. Duke with the ball, up 13.
Two team in the country. Duke opening up the second 20 minutes with
Thank you, Crispy. Oh, Cooper Flagg just missed the oop.
And that one kind of got on Cooper quickly. The play was designed for him to slip, but the pass, and of course the right play by Sion James was already in the air before Cooper got there. Threw him off balance a little bit. Unable to finish it home.
Cameron Hilbert coming off 28 against Notre Dame. He just wouldn't let them lose that game. Cross court Salas. Johnson wants it.
Nice, big three.
Tyler Johnson, if he's making threes, that's a bonus for the Demon Deacons. They've struggled from beyond the arc. But again, a great offensive possession for them on the first one, especially forcing the miss on the last possession defensively.
Nipple spins in the paint, left it short. Wake looking for that early momentum.
Here comes Wake, down 10.
Second half gets underway and is sold out Cameron into the 540th consecutive sellout here.
Nepton Reed, who made it three at the end of the first half, going to pass that one up.
Salas.
Nice shot and one, Salas.
Looking for a three-point play.
An opportunity for a 6-1 run to start this half for the Demon Deacons. We just mentioned a 17-1 run for them at Wake Forest a month or so ago.
Against
and now
Duke.
you see the Demon Deacons coming out of the second half very composed after their conversation with Coach Ford in the locker room.
Cooper Flagg is second personal. Salas 81% at the line. He's their top scorer at 19 a game. He's also their leading assist maker.
And it's a 7-point game, Obi. A stop here could do wonders for the Demon Deacons.
7-point game. Oh, Knipple got away with a walk. Close anyway. Proctor gonna have to put one up. Someone. Flagg, nice offensive rebound. Reverse layup.
Who else would make the play? Get an offensive rebound to put back on what was a great defensive possession for Wake Forest, just unable to finish it off and keeping Cooper Flagg off the offensive glass.
The basketball savvy is ridiculous.
It really is, and more importantly, understanding his timing. Always in the right place at the right time to help his team get wins.
So Proctor right
nice take.
It's a tough shot. He makes it.
It really is. Johnson aggressive to start this second half.
7-point lead, Duke.
Points tonight. 42-35. We're trying to make a game of it.
Oh, man, what a shot. Cooper Flagg looking like Larry Bird. Holy shit.
We've seen it made famous by, of course, Dirk Nowitzki. Kevin Durant
Dirk,
is extremely
Larry.
well. Cooper Flagg adding to his bag, making that a part.
Wow. I didn't know he had that in his game.
Johnson again, round the back this time. Salas. He's got 10 to shoot. On a crossover, he lost it. Now the pull is back. He can't hit it.
Duke with the rebound.
Cooper Flagg of National Player of the Year candidate.
Pull it, Coop. Pull it.
Will pull up and fire.
Got it.
He's
good, man.
Talking about the second half, he averages 8
Jab, step, pump fake, jab, step, crossover, step back, cash. Cooper Flagg.
7 points for Cooper.
Reed wants it. Got a great look and a three.
Wait, hits a three on the other end.
Coming out of high school, he was a shooter. Again, oftentimes we tried to get a force him to.
Duke 47, Wake Forest 38, 16-20 to go. Second half.
Here tonight. 47-38, Duke.
Let Cooper try another one.
For James. Flagg again. Working on Spillers.
Oh, he got fouled, no call.
There is a whistle.
Cooper looking for a foul on that one. I'm wondering why he didn't shoot the three. He's already hot.
Yeah.
Had all right after knocking down this one-legged.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem, dude.
Jumper off the bounce, knocks down the three. That's the last.
He's got an NBA offensive package already. He just shot one off one leg, fading away, an unblockable shot like Nowitzki and Bird used to. I watched him go left-handed, put one up high off the glass earlier tonight. He can run the pick and roll. Anyone that guards him is a mismatch. He's kind of like like Tatum, they play differently, but it's like a Tatum thing. No matter who you have guard him, it's a fucking mismatch. If it's a little guy, he's gonna shoot over him. If it's a big guy, he's gonna go around him. And he can get shots up even if there's a taller defender on him. He's going to be a fucking nightmare if he can stay healthy. And he keeps working hard. Yeah, he's legit. He's like 6'9", 6'10" already. We did a thing on him on one of my live streams when we were talking sports, and I showed some video of him training with the Olympic team. He beat up on the Olympic team before the Olympics this past summer. They beat the Olympic team in a game. And they said Cooper Flagg was a fucking destroying everyone. I watched some of the tape. Pretty impressive. And they had Anthony Davis covering him, and Anthony Davis couldn't fucking stop him. They put Adebayo on him. It was even worse. TV timeout. Duke up by double digits, I believe. About 15 minutes to go in the second half. But he can use both hands. He plays solid defense. He rebounds. He can pass. He's going to be fucking. He could be an all-time great. Night, Duncan. Thanks for checking in, buddy. You keep your head up across the pond. Technical issue cited in Davis-Roach draw. Roach would have won by decision if Davis' knee was ruled a knockdown. New York State Athletic Commission obtained by ESPN. Davis entered bout as a negative 2,000 favorite to retain WA lightweight title. All right. I still don't think they're a playoff team, Pat. And we got some bad news from the combine today, too. The offensive lineman they want to take at left tackle has very short arms. Like abnormally short. And they keep saying that's a bad thing to have for a tackle, is short arms, because you want to push people away. So Patriots are not looking good as far as they're probably going to draft down. They're probably going to trade down, I think. Because I don't think they're going to go after fucking... I don't think they're going to go after... I don't think he's going to be there, but if he's there, I don't think they're going to go after Hunter as much as I want them to. And they're not going to be able to get T. Higgins because he got put in a franchise tag today by the Bengals. So I don't know. They'll probably be a little bit better than last year. Maybe a fucking first round playoff entrance if they're lucky. But I don't think they're going to make any. It's going to take a while. Knipple at the line hits the free throw. 49-38 Duke, 16 minutes to go, second half. Yeah, you called it. I had a feeling too. They can't let him go just yet. 12-point lead for Duke. Just under 16 minutes to play in regulation. Duke at home.
So now Wing needs an answer. Hildreth running into a wall, left it short. Flagg picking the rebound.
Yeah, the problem is Hildreth running into that. Oh!
No! Duke's missed a couple of slams.
I normally see most of Coop's dimes coming. I didn't see that one. The look away lob. Malawach has to finish that one off. I was just talking about how good he is handling the basketball in the lob and making it into 2 points.
Hildreth using the body to get free, but Proctor sticking to him. Reed backing out. They're going to guard him now, I think, the rest of the night. Shot clock down to 6. Johnson gets a look at it. Down to 3. Here's the kick for Spillers, and can't bury it.
Good D by Duke.
So the Blue Devils looking to expand on the lead. They've had 9 conference
1 minute, Pat.
of at least 25 points this year. They had run roughshod over the ACC. Flagg off to James. Just got
Travel.
but he's on the line, and it's a turnover. Second.
If Boston doesn't have Porzingis and Drew Holiday, yes. If Boston's healthy, no. No. I think if the Celtics had either, they didn't even need both of them, but if they had Holiday or Porzingis the other day, they'd probably win by 15.
And I was bragging about my Cavalier Wahoo connection with DeAndre Hunter and Ty Jerome, who combined for 57 points last night in that win for the Cavaliers over the Portland Trailblazers in overtime.
Flagg sizes one up.
Another one, Flagg, deep 3.
Why not shoot the other two? When it's going this well for you, just shoot the basketball. When they're giving you space, let it fly.
Yeah.
Off the fake, downstairs, Reed.
Nice steal by Reed for Wake Forest.
Reed headed to the line, the senior from Richmond, Virginia. Fletcher picks up number 2. So what's in store for Cooper Flagg?
I'm going to say all of the above on this chart right here. I do believe he will be ACC Player of the Year and ACC Rookie of the Year. I do believe he will be the Wooden Award winner and the #1 pick in the 2025 NBA Draft. The question is, does he challenge Carmelo Anthony as the best all-time one-and-done player by capping it off with a national championship?
That's what Melo did at Syracuse.
That's what Melo did at Syracuse. That's the reason why he's #1 in my book. As you see Kelly up, coaching her baby up, and she's probably thinking, actually, she's coaching up Tyler Malawach, who she's maybe just as close to as she is her own twins.
You know, we heard that from John Shire early in the season. This is a very close-knit group among the parents that they root for each other's kids like he's never seen before.
Duke up 53-39, 14 minutes to go second half. Flagg with the ball.
And dads who not only played the game, but coach the game. But they understand how important it is.
Evans, good.
Look at the parents.
Evans can fucking let it fly, man. He's got a jumper like Ray Allen. He's so underrated. I watched him play a couple weeks ago, man. He was like almost perfect through the whole game. He was like 6 for fucking 7 from outside. Duke 56, Wake Forest 39. Here comes Duke.
No chance on that one. Knipple on the open floor.
Nice turnover.
By Frederickson to step in and lodge it. Not many turnovers out of the Duke Blue Devils. Frederickson with a lead.
Nice floater.
Parker Frederickson, a 6'4" sophomore on a big speed.
15-point lead, Duke.
They expected a little bit more from him from three-point land.
Oh no, Evans again. No good.
And this fire comes right back out high for Flagg. On the drive.
Nice move, Flagg. Nice pass.
The feed. Here's James.
Oh, baseline 3, James. Here comes Duke.
Just looks over at the bench and gives a little
18-point lead.
shrug, his 5th assist as he gets come off in the paint.
Turnover Wake.
Tremendous vision to find Sion James, who continues to shoot the basketball extremely well. Cooper Flagg, well, gets the double team, makes the right play, finding James, who's now 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. 11 points for him. And Cooper just letting his guys know, I'm going to make the right play.
Cooper Flagg, man, having a game.
Well, these fans know what his future is. We just documented that. This is their last home game. They are soaking it up. Duke by 18.
And contrary to all the talk of him coming back, this is his last home game as well.
Cooper Flagg already has 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. 12-13 to go. Second half. Duke 59, Wake Forest 41. Duke could have 6 players drafted in the top 50 of the draft next year. Flagg, Knupple, Malik, Proctor, Sion James, and Isaiah Evans. They're all young, besides James.
He's a lottery talent, and when you consider he's coming off the bench playing behind Knipple, Cooper Flagg, etc., but a summer of work, and then coming back in.
If I was Evans, I wouldn't come out this year. I'd come out next year. Because he comes off the bench and averages, I've seen him put up 20 points quick. If I was Evans, I would come back to Duke for one more year and blow up. They said Flagg might return. He must be making a ton of money to return. I wonder what his NIL deal looks like. I'm sure it's fucking massive. He deserves it. These kids deserve to make something. The NCAA robbed these kids for a lot of years. I'm glad they get paid. Now, I don't know if they should make as much as they do, but they make a lot of money for these fucking schools. Might as well. It's only fair. It's only fair. Some of these guys are awesome teammates. Some of these guys that are making millions, they give the guys that aren't making shit on their team money. Props to those guys. I hope Houston I hope Houston beats the brakes off of Kansas tonight. Kansas looks so overrated. $4.8 million he got this year. Wow. Next year he'd probably get even more if he stayed. I don't know if it's worth it for him too, but fuck, why would you leave if you're making more than you would make in the NBA? Some of these guys are making more to stay in college. Your first couple of years, you don't get paid like you do once you get in. And you get some time under your belt and you're vested. And there's going to be a bidding war over Cooper Flagg, excuse me. I always mix him and Cooper Kupp up for some fucking reason. Probably because they have the same name. They said Cooper Flagg is going to get so much money from New Balance. They're going to he wants to have New Balance kicks because one of the factories is like in his hometown. And he wants the people to have jobs and make money. And he said if New Balance takes care of the people that work there, he'll sign with them. Pretty fucking stand up for that kid to do that. He could just say, fuck it, send it to China. I don't care, pay me. That's another thing about Flagg as well. That reminds me of him and reminds me of Tatum. He leads Duke in points, rebounds, and assists, as well as steals. Yeah, I know. Thank you for reminding me, though. There's actually two. Hey, it's money, though. Get your money. You'll be wishing you had it one day.
Probably playing their finest basketball of the season right now and going to start a much better lineup against the Blue Devils this time than they did when they started 4 guards the last time. Now playing at 6'7", 6'9", and 6'8" up front, trying to match the size of the Blue Devils, the tallest team in America. Patient foul by Hunter Salas. 11:33 to go. Over the weekend, Duke won by 35 points against Florida State. And the venerable Leonard Hamilton, who will be retiring at the end of the season, said, as far as he was concerned, this was the most connected and the best executing Duke team he had seen here at Cameron Indoor. Well, when you consider how long he's coached against the Blue Devils and again against Coach K and his teams, that's a tremendous compliment to John Shire.
Another three.
When you've got guys like Mason Gillis coming off the bench, making threes, and more importantly, playing his role. Sion James stepping into the starting lineup after the first 7 games and seamlessly running this team extremely well. And we've talked about the freshmen so much for the good reason as they continue to be excellent each and every time out. Biggest lead of the night here for the Duke Blue Devils.
Wow.
Mason
Gillis, double threes. And just like that, Duke up 24. Maybe I was wrong about the spread. I wouldn't have touched Duke by more than 20. Duke had to give up 21. You had to take Duke giving up 20 and a half points tonight. And they might cover. Wow. Against the fourth best team in their conference. It's not like Wake Forest isn't horrible. They're not great, but they're above average. Holy shit, this thing hits hard. Oof. Almost fucking got stoned where I almost passed out on that. Holy shit. Fucking thing knock your socks off. What else did I hear in sports today? I heard something else. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold might sign with the Vikings. They might franchise tag him too. I knew I heard something else. I forgot to talk about. Sounds like the Vikings are probably gonna sign Sam Darnold. Not a bad idea. 1 year contract, even if you got to pay him a bunch of money, franchising him. See how the rookie does coming back. See if McCarthy's the real deal or not. Not a horrible idea. You know, I thought about it a little bit. Sam Darnold, if you said that about Sam Darnold before the playoffs, people would be like, hell yeah. First 17, 18 of the weeks, people would have been like, yeah, you keep Darnold, keep him. But he had such a rough game against the Rams. It turned people off. I still can't believe the Mavericks announced an increase to ticket prices. The family that bought the Mavericks are the most fucking diabolical motherfuckers on the planet. Crazy. Yeah, I keep hearing Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers. That's what I keep hearing. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but some of the research I've done, I keep hearing Aaron Rodgers might be a Steeler. Duke, alley-oop, missed it. Oh, that would have been phenomenal. 65-41 Duke, 10:30 to go. Second half. Well, I keep hearing.
Let's not do that. Because with the way the gym is set up, it may take us a while to be able to fix that one.
Oh, tough shot.
Yeah, Duke Harris had a really good freshman season for the Demon Deacons. Continues to grow each and every time out. Again, becoming a much better defender. In about 18 minutes a game. Flagg on the
And one flag.
just like a broken record, finishes with his left hand again. You know, Steve Forbes told us earlier today he wanted to push Cooper to his off hand, which raised the question, which one is that? Is it because you see him going right, able to attack, but finishes with the left. This is the second left-handed and one that he has throughout this game. And we've watched him throughout the season going left, dunking on people. I'm not sure that Cooper has an off
Cooper's talking shit like Larry Bird tonight.
equally as well. Either side.
Reed with his third foul.
Cooper Flagg looking like Larry Bird.
For the freshman from Newport, Maine, who leads Duke in scoring, rebounding, assists.
Cooper Flagg talking lots of shit. Wow. I love it. See if Flagg can complete the three-point play. Nope, misses the free throw. Duke gets the rebound. Out to Flagg again. Flagg backs down his defender, kicks it out, 3-pointer. No good. Rebound, Wake. Oh, no, they couldn't handle the rebound. Duke comes back up with it. Here's Flagg.
6 to shoot. Flagg pulls up.
Oh, man.
From the exact spot where he just missed a free throw.
24 points for Flagg. Nice jump shot. Double teamed. Top of the key. 24 points. 8 for 14. Duke up 69-43. 9 minutes to go. Cameron Indoor's ready to erupt.
Personal. Back to Flagg.
He's pretty good, Crispy. He's pretty fucking good.
Flagg trying to get the screen set for Mason Gillis, directing traffic, pointing Tyrese Proctor to his, but when everything.
Like, I don't want to get too souped, but he's pretty fucking good. He's got to work on some, like, you know, he's an NBA player offensively already. He's very good. I don't think he's a superstar in the NBA yet, but he could start on a lot of teams right now.
Excellent performance against Notre Dame, but this is a different story tonight. The turnaround by Harris, but no. A wrestling job here for the rebound as both Reed and Gungba hit the deck.
Been a little bit of a battle over the last couple possessions with Reed and Gungba, 2 guys from my great state of Virginia.
I think if he works on his ball handling, he's going to be fucking very hard to God. He already is. But if he gets to where he can handle the ball better than he already does, which is probably, it should be a skill he can improve. Once he really gets his handle down, he's going to be fucking tough. He's going to be a tough out for anyone. And he's probably going to grow more. That's the scary thing. He could grow another fucking 6 inches. Who knows? He just turned 18. He could grow for up until he's fucking 25. Crazy. He could end up being 7'2". Is it likely? No. But you know what I mean? He could gain some height. He's obviously going to gain some muscle the older he gets. He's fucking impressive, man. Very impressive. He's got a package where he could get away with playing in the NBA right now. He can shoot off 1 foot, that fade away like Dirk and Durant and Larry Bird have. He plays tough defense. He can pass out of doubles. He can finish with both hands. I think if he gets his ball handling really locked in, he could be fucking very, very, very deadly. Almost unstoppable.
He'll be at the line. Duke Harris to shoot, only 56%.
For Steve Forbes, you've got to consider that there's always the opportunity to win the ACC tournament.
He could be another Durant.
In years past, we may say, no, it's not going to happen. We did see Duke go win 4 games in 4 days in Brooklyn back in 2017, I believe. But then you consider what we saw a season ago with the Wolfpack winning 5 games in 5 days. And they didn't stop there.
They're going nuts.
Another 4 games to get to the Final Four. So anything can happen in this league, especially once we get the tournament.
69-45 Duke, 8:35 to go second half.
Maybe a couple of wins in the ACC tournament. I think they would have been delighted. Not what they did. It was just
Oh, that was a bad ball. Wake Forest got screwed there.
The teams that they beat to get there. And you got to consider, of course, Michael O'Connell shot off the glass against Virginia to send the game into overtime and eventually win that one. DJ Burns was absolutely phenomenal, but it was a true team effort a season ago, and it's going to take that again from one of these teams in the ACC to be able to hold that tournament crown.
Proctor.
Off the inbounds. Can't sink it. Knipple going for the loose ball. Corrals that. Now Knipple finds Gillis.
Oh, he got away with a walk. Wow, Duke running away with it.
Proctor's not going to wait. He'll drop.
Blowout.
But look at the Duke bench.
28-point lead. Wow.
Demonstrating the move by Tyrese Proctor. Kamamala, Sion James, all applauding the effort of their team on the court.
Loose ball. They'll be hitting the deck. Evans not going to wait around. Knipple with the rebound. Back up for two.
30-point lead. Holy shit.
Duke is still running away with it on a big Monday. Rachel Baker, their GM, she's a lot happier than she looks like there, believe me. She's had a major hand in the construction of all this success. More on that when we come back.
Yeah, gee, it must be hard to succeed at Duke. Funny shit. General manager for Duke's basketball team or for their athletic program. Yeah, it must be hard to get funding for the basketball team at Duke. Now that you can pay guys. On fucking real. Even if it was a guy up there, I'd say the same thing. It's not just because it's a woman. Like, oh, she's done a great job. Has she? She just writes checks to guys to come play. Balance the budget of a ton of money, I'm sure. I think I could be a good general manager of the Duke basketball team as long as Duke's paying for the bills. I think I could build a good team too. Just saying. Funny shit. She's amazing. Yeah, well, they pay their fucking guys millions of dollars a year to play there now. Funny as shit. I seen some college, a big name college just made a woman their running back coach. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What's up with all this woman coaching in men's sports? What is she going to teach me about being a running back? Seriously. What is she going to teach them boys? Fucking nuts. Might as well just hire Gerard Mayo. Cooper Flagg, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
And everybody should have someone like this running their basketball program.
And she is the first general manager in college basketball. And we have heard other coaches called John Shire a visionary. 3 seasons ago, before he became the head coach, already had contacted Rachel Baker, because he knew he was the coach in waiting behind Coach K, had contacted Rachel Baker about once he took over, becoming the general manager for the Duke Blue Devil team, recognizing NIL, everything that was coming with the transfer portal. And we've had other ACC coaches call John a visionary. And of course, John, one of the younger coaches, if not the youngest coach in the ACC, to be called that means a lot, but he absolutely was just that, and bringing in Rachel Baker.
Hills for the triple, no, and the rebound comes from Spiller, 77-47 Duke. Well, Duke in many respects was a step or two ahead of a lot of schools. Not every,
Of course they were.
but a lot of schools. And she's phenomenal.
They're fucking
I had a
Duke.
chance to chat with her recently. Impressive, barely scratches the surface with her.
Yeah, Rachel's my little sis, of course. Former Nike executive.
Oh man, Flagg just broke some ankles.
Rachel Baker, of course, very close to Cooper Flagg's.
Cooper Flagg's going off.
favorite NBA player, who happens to be
Just stole a pass.
today, was Jason Tatum.
Proctor for a triple. Rebound bounces around. Gillis controls it back for Proctor. And a couple of really good looks.
Remember, Proctor first game
Duke putting a beat down on him.
bit of a rust, and again, no matter how much time
79-47 Duke.
it's going to be difficult. You're getting back in
They're blowing everyone out lately. The last month.
shots that we've been used to seeing Proctor knock down.
Flagg a block. Wow.
Proctor one-on-one on Hildreth. And backs it in.
They're running it up too. Duke's gonna run this shit up tonight. They're trying to make a statement. 81-47 Duke, 5 minutes to go. Wow.
Only scored 2 points in the first 5 minutes of this game.
And they just turned it over again. Duke ball.
Ever since Cooper Flagg with the finish on one end and on the other end, denying an opportunity. He's been flexing a lot, and Rachel even flashing a smile as Cooper denies an opportunity. Been flexing a lot, OB. He ain't strong enough to flex right now, but his game absolutely is super strong.
Well, a lot of that best player in the country resume tape is going to come out of this game.
I tell you what, I think it's time for Cooper to have a seat and get his ovation. The final ovation from this crowd.
Knuckle a three.
Down the 3 ball. I believe it's time to see Spencer Hubbard in his last opportunity, as well as many of the seniors here to finish it off at Cameron Indoor.
Knocked away, and Wake Forest will retain possession with 4.5 minutes to go.
I didn't know it was senior night at Duke either. If I knew it was senior night at Duke, I don't know. I don't think I would have took that bet still, but I would have been more inclined to. 84-47 Duke, 4.5 minutes to play. Cooper Flagg having a game. 28 points, almost a triple-double. .28 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He's got a couple blocks, a couple steals. Impressive.
North Carolina, where many of the other suitors find their way into the mix. Of course, I'm former colleague Karen Lawson here at Duke. They've had a very positive season as well.
Frederickson knocks that back. And Wake Forest down 84-49. And we'll see how long Cooper Flagg remains in the game. And Knippel 2 is up to 17 points. Underneath for an easy basket from Olive.
Well, John Shire is going to make sure that the Crazies get an opportunity to give each and every one of them their proper ovation. So most likely after the next media timeout, he will take them out one by one to allow this crowd to be able to say goodbye.
And Regis lost it back over to Duke. And we have a timeout.
Wow, Duke.
53 remaining. Duke has put the hammer down in the second half.
I wish I could see Duke play more SEC teams or more Big 12 and Big 10 teams. I don't know how to grade Duke in the ACC this year. It's the only thing that makes me wonder about Duke, is that the ACC has only had like 3 ranked teams the whole season. Big 12 has been tough. Big 10 has been tough. SEC, very tough. I wonder if Duke would look as good in a stronger conference. That's the one thing that scares me about Duke going into the tournament. I want to take them to win it all. I just don't know if they have enough. You look at some of those teams in the other conferences, they got enough height, and they got defense, and they run pro style offenses as well. I don't know if Duke's got enough to get over some of them other gritty teams with size. I want to take Duke to win it all, but I'm like, I don't know if they've been tested enough. They blow everyone out for the last month. And Duke's been playing great defense, too. Like, the last month of the season, Duke's been playing very good defense. All year, they really have. But I wonder how they fare. Like, you look at the other conferences, they're stronger than the ACC this year. I don't know if they got a deep enough team. I don't know if they got enough size. They do have some injury issues that could really hurt them going forward. Guys that have been playing beat up. Guys that they don't know if they'll have back. Duke kind of fucking frightens me a little bit. Just because of the unknowns. Like, Carolina hasn't really been ranked this year. Carolina really doesn't have the team they usually have this year. Virginia, like the ACC is just weak. It's just a weaker division. It's a weaker conference this year compared to those other conferences, it seems like. But Duke looks very fucking good. And I don't think they'll have problems until they get towards, like, you know, I worry about them in, like, the Elite Eight, Final Four. I think they got enough to at least get to the Elite Eight. Bare minimum, Sweet 16. But I just worry when they get up against those top teams that are around them, that have a lot of veterans, have a lot of upperclassmen, if they'll be able to handle them. And if they're deep enough. 88-49 Duke, holy shit. 39-point lead. Cooper Flagg exiting the game. Might be his last home game at Duke. Malak exits the game. Probably his last game at Duke. As well as Knipple. Well, those guys could go to the NBA next year.
Not too shabby. One more year, they're chanting. Cameron Crazies and everybody else.
And look at Kelly and Ralph. It's entertaining. However, it's not a good business decision.
Probably not.
And Cooper saying, let's run it back. Yeah, okay.
He said it a couple of weeks ago. He teased everybody by saying, no, I think
He said he might come back.
Yeah, but let me tell you what, that would not be a very good business decision.
If he ever got hurt, though.
And tonight's game check-in brought to you by Allstate. So you made this play beautifully in the first half. He's been a second-half guy. Now he explodes. Proctor now out of the game as well. As John Shire here in a senior night starts to empty his bench.
I don't think I would come back if I was Flagg. You risk the issue of injury. I don't know if you're going to get much better. He's ready for the NBA. Playing against better competition will help him. He's going to get a huge payday. I don't think it's really worth him not going. I think it might be a bad business move if he doesn't. I mean, he's already set for life either way, but I would probably go pro. Could always get hurt. Something awful could happen. Fucking life's short. Go for it. Duke dominating 85-51 over Wake Forest. 2.5 to go.
LB Spencer was 2 for 3 from 3 against Florida State last time.
Drill another three.
John Shire will take the timeout and roll it to get the sub.
Yeah, Crispy, I said the same thing. I don't know if you've been listening lately all the time, but I've been saying the same thing. I like Missouri a lot. They got size. They're athletic. They're gritty. They've flown under the radar. I like Missouri a lot. They run a pro-style offense where I see how they play. They got some athletic bigs that they can throw alley-oops to, that can defend. They get after it on both sides of the court. Missouri is my doc team as well. It's funny you say that. I watched Missouri play a few games, highlights of them. They play a style that could cause problems for a team like Duke. That's what I'm saying. Like, Duke runs up against someone like that, there could be problems. Them dudes from Missouri aren't going to be afraid. They're athletic. They're long. They can play D. They can jump. They're all upperclassmen. Like, I think if this Duke team, you gave him, like if Cooper Flagg played 4 years, he'd at least win 3 national championships. But because he's a freshman and there's so many freshmen around him, I think I could see how they could get knocked off. But there's some teams I can see giving them problems. There's some teams I can see giving Duke problems. I could see like Auburn maybe giving them a problem. Bama, Florida. Even though they've taken losses, I could see them causing problems for them. Missouri, I like. I'm still not sold on Houston. I think Houston's overrated. I really do. But Missouri is one of the teams that I think could surprise people. I think Michigan State could surprise a lot of people too. The way they play. Texas Tech could surprise some people too. They're not like top. They're like top 10 and a little lower. Some of these teams, but these are like anyone in the top 10 could give Duke a problem if they don't play well. Nobody, I don't think, would have gave Duke much of a problem tonight, though. 93-57 Duke, 30 seconds to go. Yikes.
Last time on this one, get into the contest, regardless of the score. Johnson on the drive and takes a hit, makes the shot. He'll go to the line with 17 and a half seconds to go.
Neil Bogovic off the bounce, a little up and under. The nice left hand to finish it off. And the entire bench up, demonstrating the left hand, showing you just how connected this team is. As you mentioned, Coach Ham talking about it. This team, especially defensively, so connected. They share the basketball extremely well. This is a team that has a great chance, especially if they're able to get Malik Brown back and healthy, of hanging a 6th national championship banner in this building.
That's what everybody here at Cameron has in mind. Here's your final score tonight as Duke runs away and hides
was
Duke
very
with a
impressive.
beat down.
And from the 15-minute mark on, we won't talk about the first 5.
Kansas and Houston coming your way next. Well, my partner, Corey Alexander, who probably has a game in about 20 minutes anyway, and our entire crew. I'm Dave O'Brien. Thanks for being with us. Hope you enjoyed it tonight as Duke clinches at least a share of the ACC title. Now to John Bouchampi and Fran Fraschilla in Houston.
We'll check out some of the Houston-Kansas game while we're at it. But this, I'm looking at the bracket as of right now, the way they think it'll be laid out. Right now, they got Duke could potentially play UConn in the second round. That could be problems. And in the same bracket, Crispy, they have Missouri with Yale, Purdue, Lipscomb to get to the Sweet 16. Missouri could face Duke in the Sweet 16 on ESPN's East bracket right now. Interesting. That's why I think Missouri's going to be very fucking tough. I think Michigan State could cause problems, or they could flop. They're another one. I don't know what to fucking... I like them, but they play so many close games, which is good and bad. Could be good and bad. They got Bama, Houston, Duke, and Auburn as the number 1 seeds right now. Let's check out some of this Kansas-Houston game. Fuck it.
Remember, they were picked to be the number 1 team in the country preseason. It hasn't worked out. Bill Self very optimistic, even as we come down the final week of the season, that they can keep it going into the NCAA tournament.
Well, Chris Button, we talked about how tough a home court advantage this is. The final home game, and that means senior night.
Yeah, the night before every home game, since his kids were little, Kelvin Sampson has had film session at his house. The night before the last home game.
This game's at Houston. Kansas needs a win. Kansas has been on a downward spiral lately. I think it's senior night at Houston, too. Looks like it's going to be. Senior nights are emotional nights. Usually teams could come up big in them, or they could have an energy drain. Senior night in Houston. The number 3 Houston team up against Kansas recently bounced out of the top 25. Houston wins the tip.
His second year at Houston, one of the seniors honored here tonight.
And 4 seniors in the starting lineup, including Wilson and Francis. Great contributors.
Suzanne here, who's got better and better as the season has gone on. Shot clock is under 10. Suzanne fires. And that one tipped out of bounds, and it'll go the other way. Houston, a brilliant offensive rebounding team. Number 1 in terms of offensive rebounding percentage in the Big 12, and one of the better teams in the country in that department. Meanwhile, for the Kansas Jayhawks, their starting 5, Harris, Mayo, Griffin, Adams, and Hunter Dickinson, the guy that bears watching, makes good decisions, good passer.
Playing particularly well lately, John. 19 and 9. Not that time.
Overpassing that time as he was looking to hit KJ Adams. Here's Malik Wilson, who's on senior night, getting a chance to be in the starting lineup. And that'll go.
And he's picking up where he left off in Lawrence, Kansas, where he had his career night in that double overtime miraculous win.
And 18 points, his most with Houston in the double OT win. He had that big 3 that tied it and sent it to the second overtime. Adams has his shot blocked. Pryor. And Wilson. It ends up with Francis. Javier Francis pulling his way to the basket. And they get the foul on Hunter Dickinson.
Hunter was was surprised. I thought he was just standing there being 7 feet 260. He was penalized for being big right there.
Francis kind of lost his footing. Javier Francis was actually in the starting lineup to begin the year and then was replaced by Tugler.
Well, they're very similar, John. They give you 10 fouls, and between them, they give you about 11 points, 11 rebounds over the 40 minutes.
Yeah, both guys with the long wingspan. Francis misses them both.
That's not good.
Now, KU will definitely try to play through Dickinson tonight, and you can bet that they're ready for the traps inside, the monster that Houston calls it.
Dickinson at the basket, off the glass and in.
Nicely done. Little fake, sleight of hand.
18 points, 9 rebounds in the loss at home against Texas Tech for Hunter Dickinson. For Kansas, the problem has not been at this end of the court. They've been a very good defensive team.
That's right. They don't shoot it well, John, and they don't get to the foul line and allow themselves to catch their breath and get those easy points.
Yeah, it's a tough combo. Got to be one or the other, usually either a three-point shooting team or a team that gets to the line a lot. Adams up and under, and it's locked, gets it back, gets fouled.
Now, usually this is a dribble handoff, and watch Hunter. He'll catch it and keep it. Defense expecting this handoff right here, and he slipped.
Kansas seems like they have a small lineup this year. Usually Kansas has some size, even at the guard position. They seem undersized this year. I could be wrong. Houston could be huge, but it seems like Kansas's guard play isn't that good so far. In the games I've watched them limited. I've watched highlights about 4 Kansas games. This is like my first real look at them. But you need very good guard play in the final, in March Madness, in the NCAA tournament. You need guards that can get hoops and that can handle the ball and put your big men in places to succeed. And the film I've watched so far on Kansas, I don't have faith in their two guards or their small forward up against the better teams in the country.
It's amazing. I have not seen a transformation from a player in a long time the way this kid has over the course of 4 months.
Mayo gets bumped, Griffin down.
Travel? Nope.
And they get a foul on the floor on Houston.
Remember how hard it was going to be to replace Jamal Shedd, the All-American? It looked like a difficult task, but over the last month or so, you could make an argument that this kid, John, he might end up on the first team All-Big 12 team. He's played that well.
Uzan will sit now. He's got 2 early fouls, so Emmanuel Sharp will check in. So that bears watching. Just almost 3 minutes into the game, and Uzan with a couple of fouls. So their point guard will sit. We'll see for how long. Feed inside Dickinson. Score it. As count that basket, and Dickinson 4 early points and now 2,700 career points for Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah, this ball was likely going in anyway, but just to make sure the officials called basket interference.
Started his career at Michigan. How about Hunter Dickinson? Only 27 other players.
T. Higgins going to get $26.2 million to play for the Bengals this year. Good for him. Imagine making $26.2 million in a year. Actually, it's over, 17 or 18 weeks? The NFL pays you a paycheck every week of the regular season. He's going to get over $1.5 million almost every game he plays this year. That's fucking insane. These guys got it made, man. They work hard. I'm not saying like that, but what an amazing life it must be.
And a kick out to Cryer. Then mentioned what a good offensive rebounding team Houston is. Cryer collects, gets it back to Wilson. Cryer fires.
41% for his career.
And again, as a team, they shoot it at 40%. You think Houston, you think defense, but this year, a more efficient offensive team. Adams can't hit as that shot was contested. And Houston the other way, leading by a point. Cryer off 1 foot, step back, rolls it home. He is creative. We watch him in practice, and he tries all those shots.
He does. He can score at every level. He's become a complete scoring guard here in Houston in 2 years.
Kid from nearby Katy, Texas, L.J. Cryer, Lionel Jr. Griffin off balance. A little bit strong. Wilson rebounds. Houston with numbers looking to add on. Now JoJo Tugler gets it to Joanna Roberts. Roberts. And Adams and Roberts collide. KJ comes up with the rebound.
Adams-Roberts, great matchup. Remember, KJ did not play in that first game. Out with an injury. Those two guys, Roberts and Adams, you can pretty much flip them. They're the same player.
Sharp the hesitation, flips it up, offensive rebound.
Good hustle.
And Dickinson hit the net.
Houston up 5.
Himself wanted to know who was blocking out Sharp.
11-6. Houston. 14 minutes in the first half to go. Horrible pass. Bad shot, Houston.
And see, Mayo pulls down the rebound at a sharp miss. Kansas down by 5.
Nice skip pass. You gotta shoot that.
Dickinson inside. Shot wouldn't fall. Gets his own miss and puts it home. And a good early start. Hunter Dickinson with 6 points. Kansas within 3.
Yep, very active.
Houston is playing undisciplined right now.
Hunter kept going. His momentum took him right to the basket.
Here at Fertitta Center, a little over 7,000 filling this place up, a sea of red. Cryer losing the handle, foul on the floor. L.J. Cryer on senior night, trying to bring the Cougs win number 26. Houston on top here at home. It's
Houston should handle them. If they don't, they're not who they say they are. Duke, Cooper Flagg, huge night tonight. I got to get up early in the morning. You guys want to talk about any sports for a few minutes, or I'm going to call it a night? Or talk about anything political? I'll shoot the shit for a few minutes. If no one wants to shoot the shit, I'll call it a night. There's really no other games on. That's why I picked Wake, Duke. I think Houston would have handled Kentucky. I don't really like watching either of those teams play either. I think I'm not sold on Houston or Kentucky. I think Houston at times plays really great, but I don't know. I haven't seen their schedule, what side of the Big 12 they play. I'd like to see it. Because the few times I've watched them play, sometimes they look dynamite. Sometimes I wonder how in the world they're a 3 seed. But I guess we're going to call it a night. What do we got tomorrow? I think we got some college hoops, some NBA hoops. I know my Celtics don't play until Wednesday. Let me look on ESPN.com quick. See what we got for games tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 4th. And of course my chat froze up. Sorry guys, my fucking my whole chat froze up. I don't think Emi Udoka could have got him a championship. Maybe, but I'm glad we got Joey Mazzulla. I don't do a mock draft. No, I won't do one. I don't see the sense in it. I'll probably cover some of the draft, but I won't put out my own mock. No. I don't really get into it that deeply, like as far as thinking who should be drafted where and all that shit. And my thing is I don't really go on combine shit. I think the combine is a waste. I think you should go and watch and see what people did on film, and that'll tell you what you need to know. Unless it comes to like height, weight. Even then, like the combine's not good for much, in my opinion. Well, we got Tuesday. Any good NBA games? Golden State, New York Knicks. Maybe we'll cover that one tomorrow night. I haven't done a Golden State game all year, I don't think. So that's a potential game for tomorrow night. Golden State, New York. What's going on the men's side of things? LSU versus Kentucky, Memphis versus Texas San Antonio, Mississippi State, Texas, Auburn versus Texas A&M, 9 o'clock tomorrow. That could be a good game. BYU versus Iowa State could be a good game. And ASU and Arizona are on tomorrow night too. So we got some games to pick from tomorrow. I've been wanting to do a political thing lately, but I don't know, man. The politics lately, it's kind of the same old shit. I feel like a broken record talking about it. All right, Crispy, sweet dreams. Love you, buddy. I'm going to go make a nightcap. You guys that want to hang around and shoot the shit, I'm going to have a cocktail and I'll shoot the shit with you guys for a few minutes, and then I'm going to call it a night. I'll go back to the live stream of the Houston-Kansas game, and I'll be back in a minute. We could talk.
To take that three-point shot, something Kansas does not do all that well.
This guy's been good energy. Boy.
Store had his shot blocked as he gets knocked down, and Doug Sermon saying that'll be 3 free throws. Kelvin Sampson can't believe it.
Interesting. Let's watch now. Store's going to shoot a 3 o'clock in the afternoon jump shot with no urgency here. Let's take a look. Oh, man, I think he kicked his Flagg out. Take a look, but this is what matters right here. Tugler, 7'6" wingspan going to town.
Ready, set, 12 days, 10 venues, 1 band. Client presentation starting in 4 minutes. Living your best midlife crisis. Rerouting. There's go in everything you do. That's why Phillips 66 is there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Battle 4, here we come!
Chuck, I hope you're earning double miles on gas with the Capital One Venture Fund.
Breaker, one Nana. It's Chuck a Truck in the Sweet 16 Wheeler back on the road again.
On the road again?
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
That Willie?
The life I love is watching b-ball with my friends.
And I
Can't wait to get on the road again.
On the road again.
Can't wait to get on the road again.
Life I love is watching b-ball with my friends.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
Panera's packed with flavor bagel just got stacked with even more for just $7.99. Meet our new Asiago bagel stacks. Choose from the chicken Roma with grilled chicken and green goddess dressing, the spicy steak or zesty Tuscan. Only $7.99 each and only at Panera for a limited time.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you know there's value in making space for your people. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Medella, the mark of a fighter.
Let's just get a closer look.
Five immersive worlds. One amazing theme park. Our universe will never be the same.
Oh, you gotta see this.
Epic Universe, only at Universal Orlando Resort.
I need your arms around me. I need to feel your touch.
Baby, I'm tired of waiting. Go recharge your batteries, come back to me and make your mama proud.
I need your arms around me. I need to feel your touch. And I really wanna talk.
The most dangerous and destructive champion in the sport. Magomed Ankalaev. This guy can do it all.
Hey, everybody, let's take a look at the All-State Tournament Predictor. And in the Big 12, here are your locks. Houston, Iowa State, Texas Tech, Arizona, Kansas, and BYU. Work to do for Baylor and West Virginia. For Cincinnati, they really have a lot of work to do. Right now, it is projected that 8 teams will get in. We shall see.
BYU goes to Iowa State tomorrow night. They're playing great basketball, the Cougs, and that'll be a fun matchup.
A.J. Storr will go to the line. He will shoot 3 free throws. Kelvin Sampson did not like the call, 3 free throws for Storr, but you look at the corner, watch his hand get, an arm get knocked back like that. I know he got them.
What's the speech about tomorrow, Mark? The economy or whatever? Or budget? I know there was some big thing they were trying to make it so people didn't buy shit. I think March, at the end of February. They were trying to fucking bone Trump and not spend money on the 28th or something. Fucking idiots. Yeah, see, this is why I don't trust Houston. They win a lot of close ones. And I don't know. I just don't trust Houston come tournament time. Oh, the big man for Kansas just got away with a wicked fucking travel. Picked up his dribble and then jump stepped away from the hoop and then took another step to get a pass off. I don't even know what a fucking travel is anymore. I don't think anyone does. Big speech tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. I saw the Zelensky fucking thing where he got cocky in that interview. Well, Zelensky wants everyone to feel bad and wants more money. I don't know who the bad guy or the good guy is when it comes to fucking Russia or the Ukraine. I find it odd the Ukraine just got all that money out of us. I don't understand why. Why we support them and why we support war. And I don't get it. I'm glad Trump told Zelensky to stick his fucking head up his ass. Screw. No more money for you. You either want peace or you don't, or we're gonna stay the fuck out of it. That's what I think the United States should do from now on. Unless, like, some straight genocide is happening. Fucking enough. It's none of our business. Stay the fuck out of it. We got enough problems in this country. Stop helping everyone see how they feel about the United States. That's what I say. Stop helping all these other countries. Just like Americans, too. We as Americans, all of us are spoiled. I watch some of these people complain about shit, and it's like, even people that say they're poor, they complain and bitch. They get to go on vacation. You're not poor. What are you talking about? Like, fucking on welfare, going on vacation, wondering why you lose your food stamps. So if you needed food stamps, you wouldn't be able to go on vacation. People that work every day can't go on vacation and don't get food stamps. What the fuck? It's fucking, I'm like over the political shit at this point. There was some girl that bought a brand new car and gave a bunch of shit out at Christmas time that was making a bunch of more money from doing TikTok and shit. And she's complaining, well, why am I getting food stamps? Why can't I still get my food stamps? Well, you're earning income from TikTok, stupid. It's a job. You're buying people gifts, which is wonderful. But if you can buy people gifts and buy brand new cars and, you know, you're making income like that, why would you continue to get fucking aid? Makes no sense. Use the money to take care of yourself. You need more handouts when you're making money already? Nah. Wow, this game is sucking major cock. Houston 13, Kansas 10. 8:05 to go. First half. I want to know what the big speech is tomorrow. I wish Mark was still here. Big speech. March 4th, 2025. Oh, he's going to address Congress tomorrow. Trump set to take Trump's speech tomorrow. What time the president's address to Congress takes place. $8 p.m. tomorrow night. Maybe we'll check that shit out. Fuck Congress. Fuck the House. Fuck the Senate. The fucking Democrats almost voted down no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. Not one Democrat voted for it. Fucking gross. I talked about it the other day. How people continue to vote Democrat after that, you really gotta get your fucking head checked. Voting against no tax on overtime or tips is fucking wild. When you're supposed to be for the working poor and the working people. Fucking nuts. That's why I haven't been talking about it much lately. It makes no fucking sense, the shit that goes on. None. But anywho, I guess that's all we got tonight. I scared everyone off with political talk. The people that wanted to talk about it bounced. Maybe I'll do something in a little bit. I don't know. I'll catch you guys in a few, if not tomorrow. Peace.